YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I have another pickups video for you here. It's super late at night, but this deal went down super late, so I'll get started on some of the things that I picked up recently, and then I'll get into the deal that I just finished off, which is just a stellar deal, I think. So here we go. The first things I found here, this is a while back actually, I forgot to put them in my last pickups video, so I'll show them now. Nothing too overly impressive really, I don't think. But you can tell me what you think of this. I just basically picked these up because the price was right, I think, on them. According to price charting at the time, because I had no idea I had to actually look this title up. It's Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends Imagination Invaders for the DS. And I don't know anything about this. I mean, it looks like a total kiddies game, but for some reason price charting was saying this thing was around 16 bucks. So I figured, you know, for $5 I thought I'd pick this up. It is complete, which is really awesome as well. But I mean, that's the only reason why I picked it up. I'll probably end up reselling this. I'm not really, you know, into little kiddie games or whatever. I'll have to check it out though. Maybe it's something good, or I'm not really sure why that one have that kind of value on it. It might just be a misnumber or something like that on price charting. But moving on from there, I picked up a title which I don't know a whole lot about. I think it's a puzzle game, but I decided to pick it up just because I know of Harvest Moon things. People have good feelings about it or whatever, so I decided to pick it up. It's Harvest Moon Frantic Farming, and this one here I think is a puzzle game. I'm not entirely certain about that, but from what I understand anyways, it probably is from what I read on the back here. I'll have to check it out. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but again, $5 for that complete. Figured that was a pretty good deal. That was quite a number of days ago actually I found those two titles, and recently the thrift shops haven't been too plentiful as far as like different titles and things like that. I've even gone through and a lot of their like undervalued titles, things like that, have completely vanished from the shelves as well. So it's kind of strange like that, but that's the way it goes sometimes. When I walked into one of the Goodwills today though, I did find a couple of items. One of them I'll be able to use, the other one is not really something of my interest, but it was just too cool to leave behind, so I decided to pick it up. The first thing here is this power cord here, and it says that it's for PlayStation, PlayStation 2, Xbox, or Dreamcast. So that's pretty cool to have one of these cables that you can plug into any of those systems, kind of thing. And you know, it's sealed and everything like that. So it was 75% off on Yellow Tag today. So you can see it says $6 here. So this was $1.50, which I think is a great deal for, you know, a sealed cable like this one that you can totally use for any of the systems. Moving on though, this was a pretty cool find. I don't know a whole lot about it. I don't know if it has tons of value or anything like that, but it's just so neat I couldn't really leave it behind. It had been sitting there for quite some time, I think, because the price tag on it was a little bit much, and honestly even the price tag that was on it is probably a good deal, but we'll see. It's World of Warcraft Cataclysm Collector's Edition. And this thing I think is complete. I have no idea because I don't even know what the contents of this are supposed to be, but there's a few cool items in here for sure that I thought was definitely worth the price. Now you can see there it says $20, but yet again it's a yellow tag, so 75% off, so this was $5, which I think is a good deal. I'll just open this up so you can see here what's in here, and you can tell me actually, because if you're into World of Warcraft kind of stuff, then you probably know about this already and know what's supposed to be in here. So the first thing that's in here is the Art of the World of Warcraft book, and this looks like it's gonna be pretty awesome. And this one here, you can see by the sheen on it, it's still sealed, so this was never opened, which is really sweet. Inside here there's the behind the scenes DVD as well, and that's also sealed, so that has never been opened. And then the expansion World of Warcraft set Cataclysm, and that has been opened, so I don't know if that's even usable anymore, because I'm not really sure how this all really works or anything like that, but needless to say it is complete. And I'll take a look at the disc here because this is one I actually have access to, and there's a little bit of a slight scratch on there. It might just be, actually no, it's just like glue or something like that on it, so it's actually pristine otherwise. So I'll just get that glue off there and it'll be good to go. So that's the game DVD right there. Then it has a whole bunch of like guest passes and stuff like that. So like invite a friend to play, and StarCraft, and also has StarCraft ones as well. So there's pass keys on there. There's like 4 of them. I'm sure that was originally part of that as well. Also, there's a number of different cards, I guess, for the card game. Let's see here, it's kind of hard to get them out of the slot, but well, you can kind of get the idea anyways. There's a bunch of different cards in here. Again, I don't know if they're all in here, but they look like they're in perfect condition, so my guess is they filled this little compartment up that's in here, like right to the top, so I'm assuming they're all in there. And then there's also the soundtrack, which again has never been opened, so it's sealed as well. So essentially, other than the game, this is what I would consider new. So that's pretty awesome right there. I'll probably end up trading this off. I don't know though, because I really might be interested in checking out this book, although I might be able to just check it out online or something like that, and keep this one sealed. I'm not really totally certain about it, but again, for the price I paid for that, that's pretty awesome, I think. To be able to pick that up for, you know, $5 is pretty good. Moving on from that though, that's not the most impressive thing of the day. This gets really good. On a Facebook group I had posted that I was in search of like Gamecube, Genesis, Super Nintendo, blah 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 blah, like all those kind of things. I just listed off a whole bunch of different systems, basically looking for these things, and someone actually got back to me on it. It was the first person who ever got back to me, and the first person who ever got back to me that like wasn't a collector kind of person. They're just like a person trying to unload some games kind of thing. So this lady messaged me and said that she basically got these games out of her mother's house before they were clearing it out, and she remembers like having them and stuff like that when she was younger or whatever, but never really like kept up with gaming and stuff like that. And so they were sitting in the house, and before they were clearing out the house and they were going to go in the trash, she kind of scooped them up and brought them out, and I am really glad that she did, because there's a number of different titles in here that are definitely worth quite a bit of coin. So there's 6 titles basically. She showed me a picture of them. What I did was I offered her $30 for it, and you'll see why in a second, because it's pretty awesome, the stuff that I got here. I got all of them. She showed me 6 titles. I bought all of them because I didn't want to sort of get her to look up like prices for individual titles and stuff like that. So I just said I'd take them all, and I offered $30. She jumped on it, and that was the end of that. So I went down there and picked them up super late at night, actually. It was 11 o'clock at night when I actually got to her place. Her, I don't know, boyfriend, husband, whatever you like to call it, came out. He also had like a number of, she actually showed me a bunch of different video games for different systems as well, but nothing there really of like tons of value. Although I said when I got down there I'd look at a couple of Wii titles that they had, and they had like Mario Galaxy, and the other one was Twilight Princess on the Wii as well. So I was going to just offer 5 each for those like I did for the other games, and he said no, because he was aware that these games are probably worth about $10 each from looking things up online or whatever, and he was gonna part with them for $10 for both of them, basically, so like $5 each. He said he'd give me one for $10, and I just kind of turned it down because I'm pretty sure I'll come across those titles like on the cheap in thrift shops eventually and stuff like that, so I'm not too worried about that, or garage selling and things like that. I mean, they're pretty common titles, so it's kind of interesting because it'll make you laugh when you see the titles that on the Gamecube that I picked up, because they blow the other 2 titles that I just mentioned out of the water. This first one here, however, does not. It's something I already have in my collection. It's Spider-Man 2. But like I said, I put my number down, and I said for everything kind of thing, just so they wouldn't catch wind of what was going on there. So that's totally complete, which is really nice. I think my copy is as well. It's really dusty and stuff like that. Like I said, it was sitting in someone's house for a while, so I'll have to clean it off, but the disc looks pretty good. The manual's in great shape. So that's pretty awesome right there. The next one is Dragon Ball Z Budokai, which I'm probably going to end up reselling or something like that. I never really got into Dragon Ball Z stuff, so I don't know if I want to keep it for my collection or not. Again, there's lots of fingerprints, but pretty awesome disc condition there. Moving on, there's Animal Crossing, and I'm trying to remember if I have this in my collection or not already. If I do, it's probably the Greatest Hits type edition or something like that. So this is going to be an added bonus kind of thing to my collection for sure. I'll have to try to get that GameStop sticker off of there. But the disc is in decent shape. It's got a few light scratches on it, but most of that's just dust or whatever. So again, I have to clean that off. That's pretty cool because that has everything. And the cool part is I already have the Animal Crossing memory card from like a long time ago. I actually picked it up and I didn't even get the game. I just got the memory card because it came with a system I found at a Goodwill kind of thing. So pretty cool. Now I have the memory card to go along with the actual game. A game that I picked up very recently, and actually I picked up more than one copy of this, is Luigi's Mansion. So that was in there as well. Again, $5 for Luigi's Mansion. Awesome deal. That's like thrift store prices for this game, and this wouldn't sit in a thrift store very long, let me tell you. So that's pretty cool right there. I just got to clean it up and stuff like that. There's a lot of like leftover residue, glue and stuff from being, a used game, obviously, that came from EB Games, or whatever you like to call it. Another game which is really awesome, but I already have it in my collection, so this one will end up being for sale or trade, as well as most of those titles that are in there, is Mario Kart Double Dash. So again, $5 Mario Kart Double Dash. You gotta be kidding me if you don't think that's a good deal. The disc on it's pretty good as well, maybe a little light scratching and stuff like that, but it should definitely play, and that's pretty awesome right there, and it is complete just like all the other ones, which is so awesome. The final title, I never thought I'd actually get this one. I'm really happy to get in my collection, is Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and that one there is also complete, again with the manual, which is really awesome. And the disc is, like the other ones, dusty but in really great shape. So for that whole stack there of those 6 titles, I offered her $30 and I got that. And if you know anything about this, or you've been paying attention, because I'll put the price charting things up there if you're unaware of the value of these games, you're looking at easily over $100 worth of games right there for $30. So can't deny the fact that that was a pretty good deal. The ones that I'm going to be keeping though are Wind Waker, and I think Animal Crossing are the ones that I don't have. I'm pretty sure I don't have this. I'll have to double check though, because I might have something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but those 4 titles will definitely more than pay back the money I put into it, and I'll be able to probably sell those off quite easily, I think. So thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I will see you all later.